Welcome to another episode of Hobby Nonsense. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. You've got your boy Solar Ray, aka Ray Solorio, sitting
here,
right across
baby.
from me. My name is Jesse Gibson. Sports Boys, what some call me, others just call me the man, the myth, the legend. I prefer either.
Who calls you that?
Actually, the man, the myth, the legend is my father's name. They just call me Jesse. So that's neither here nor there. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. I feel like it's been multiple weeks since our last episode. I feel like so much has happened since last Monday. Ray over here absolutely dominated the breaking floor.
Well, you've been dominating the breaking floor as well.
This is not the Jesse show. Hang on. By the way, you may have just heard one. I'm gonna get the other. What?
Oh, look at that.
There we go. We got Ray brought us in some refreshments. Pineapple Paradise Olipop.
Olipop with SpongeBob SquarePants on the can. So we're gonna, one sip. Everyone knows the rules.
Everyone knows the rules. Ooh, that's refreshing.
That is very refreshing.
With only 35
calories, 21 grams
Olipop
of fiber.
You know what you're doing. I'm not gonna
come on. That might help you.
That's a sponsorship in the making. By the way,
come on,
that
Olipop.
Needs to happen. But SpongeBob's everywhere. I showed you a picture because I was like, you walk in with this 4-can pack of Olipop SpongeBob edition, and I'm in the store the other day and I see SpongeBob and Patrick bottled water right next to each other.
Well, they sell them in a 4-pack. They had them at Walmart. It is SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, and Mr. Krabs.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
There's all 4? And what I like about them, I don't even know who sells it. Like, I couldn't see a brand name anywhere.
Which is terrible.
Well, it's terrible, but I kind of like it. I don't like for them. I don't know who made it, but I do know that it's only like either pink or yellow, and I'm assuming the other ones are just like the other characters' full colors.
Correct.
And just their face, like not anything else. No other branding that I could see on there. So I was all for that. But that's neither here nor there. It's not really. I guess I guarantee you, actually, there's probably some people collecting some of that stuff. But
for sure, people collect weird things, and that's definitely one of them.
But I wanted to give you a little kudos after the WWE break we did on Friday.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. You did great, by the way.
I think thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shout out to everybody that came to the break, purchased some WWE finest cards. We pulled some hits.
We absolutely did. We got that. What is it? The Hulk Hogan auto out of
the 25. Hulk Hogan auto. We had the John Cena auto.
Yeah.
And one of my favorites, and it was this out of 10, the Eddie Guerrero, which was, you called it the red smoke refractor, or what was it called?
Yeah, it was like red and black and red refractor, something like that.
Something like that. It looked awesome.
I think it was out of 5 or 10.
Something like that. It was a very low serialized number. But I had a lot of fun. Hopefully we can continue to sell there. And if you want to come over and say hi to your boy, and we're going to be breaking. I had a lot of fun, Jesse. I did want to bring up, and the elephant in the room. The 1 of 1 Walt Disney, the one and only card just ended. The auction just ended on eBay. Shout out to DC Sports 87.
Yep. DC Sports 87, the consignor to the stars. They took that card in. The owner of that card, Joe Pock, is what he goes by on.
Joe Pock. Do you remember how much the spot sold for?
I believe it was like around, I want to say like $45.
$45.
Well, because it was the one and only spot. So like I think there was like maybe 5 cards that are one and only. And little known fact, one and only means there's only one. There's no other base. There's nothing else of it. It's just that card.
So it's basically like buying a lottery ticket. For $45.
Yeah. And who would have thought in the very first case on the very first on opening day, we pulled that card. Yeah. So anyways, I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing about it, but it did sell for actually surprising amount.
What was the final bid?
So to put it in perspective, last year, there was another Walt one and only card that sold for a little over 8,000. Our boys over at Third Down in the UK, they pulled that card. Well, it came from their shop, I should say. Somebody who got a personal got that card, which is amazing. That said, this year it sold for $13,600.
13.
I thought high would be like 5-figure, like 10 to 11. I didn't actually think it would be going to 13. And honestly, I think it would have gone for more. I think it would have gone for more if there was like, if eBay instituted some kind of like extended bidding, because I saw in like the last 10 seconds, it jumped from like maybe low 12s or like mid 11s. I can't remember exactly, but it jumped from that to the 13.6.
Wasn't that something that eBay was going to implement?
That's what Tori over at DC had talked about. So I don't know. It's something I hope they do. But again, if you guys are thinking about consigning, DC obviously is not just for sports cards anymore. Okay, that's pretty obvious. We've been making that statement for a while, but there is the big push.
Can I ask you this question before we move off the topic? So it's sold for 13.6.
Yep,
the 1/1 Walt Disney card. What does that mean for the hobby?
Well, it depends on how you look at it, because there's a lot of pessimists out there who think, hobby's crashing. That's a bad, they think it's a bad thing. And I say that
why would they think it's a bad
because
thing?
it's a card that doesn't have an autograph. It doesn't have like a patch or anything like that.
Oh.
It's just a printed 1/1 thing.
Uh-huh.
To that, I say, I do understand to some degree, but it's not like it was a multi-million-dollar card. It was 13,000.
Like
that's
a sports card.
That's a lot for the non-sport world. That's a lot, but it's really not that much when we consider like the Mickey Mouse 1/1 last year sold for 500,000. We've had several other non-sports. It's all in the amount of like, what do people like? If it's very rare and it's very collectible, who cares what's on it and what it is portraying? It is something that is desirous to some, and therefore they spent that much money. At least a couple people were bidding on it to the point where it got to that amount. They had the free income to do it. I say, I think it's an amazing thing for the hobby. Mm-hmm. So pushing out the, some negative comments of like, someone spent that kind of money on a base card, whatever. They don't really know. They don't understand why the psychology behind collecting. I think that's what it is, because it doesn't really matter if you have the money and it's scarce enough. People are going to pay for it. I don't want it to be like every product has another $13,000 card that is going to be, well, and that's kind of hard to say because there's going to be another Walt 1/1 card probably in the next product. I would prefer next year we get a cut auto again, because we got that last year. They had both. They had both the cut auto and just the 1/1. I wouldn't mind them doing more cut autos of him, because there's plenty of them out there. But I also kind of like what we talked about with Aaron the other day is I wouldn't mind like a throwback call like to some of the old Walt Disney cards, like the ones from like the 1930s and stuff like that, where it was like Walt Disney sitting on a stool and he's got like Mickey Mouse or something like that.
Yeah.
Just I think there would be more appreciation, even more so than what we saw this year. So just some ideas. But yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing in the sense that there's more money in the hobby because there may be more entrants into the hobby. I just don't want to see it be like another 2021 where it jumps and then everybody is scrambling to get out because it jumped way too high, way too fast, and the value just wasn't actually there. But it doesn't seem like that. Mm-hmm. It seems much more manageable, in my opinion.
Okay.
So
I just wanted to get your perspective on that because, like you said, there's nothing really special about it. The only special thing about that card, like you said, it's a 1/1.
Yeah, and there is no base of that card. There's no one else who has a card that looks just like that card. It is the only one out there. So it's like, again, maybe it is manufactured scarcity, but so is pretty much every other card right now. Mm-hmm. It's all manufactured scarcity. You could have more of them if they printed more of them, but they're not. So if that's the case, then you have a problem with the entire hobby, not just that card.
Yeah. Do we know who purchased it?
No, we don't know. Not yet.
I wonder if the same person that purchased it this year was the one that has it last year.
That's a good question. I don't know. I can't. Even if I did, I don't know if I would be allowed to give out details. But it seemed like they're a reputable buyer. I think there's like 4,500 reviews on their account.
Gotcha.
So it seemed like, it's not like just someone bidding it up. You know what I mean? So we do have a guest joining us here shortly. I should have probably already mentioned that. We've got Grant Sandground. He is VP of Product Development over at Upper Deck. He's going to be coming on to talk about the new Batman product, which is very, very cool looking and very highly anticipated. It's just to be clear, 2025 Upper Deck Skybox Metal Universe Batman. There has not been a lot of DC products out that are really heavy into like the Batman side of things. And this will be something I think there's a lot of demand for out there right now, because the fact that the prices are at $250 a box, that's higher than most of the Upper Deck non-sport hobby boxes that come out. So you can already tell, like, there's going to be some demand, especially you got PMGs and other things like that. So
which means
precious metal gems. Thank you. I will clarify. But those are the ones that did so much, like, and they still sell for high amounts, but they sold for in the hundreds of thousands of dollars for, like,
do we know exactly what a precious metal gem is for the people that may not know?
I mean, it's just a insert in the set,
just like insert in the set. Okay,
yeah, it'll say, like, it will say the words precious metal gem on there.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
but those are there's some sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, you're good.
And those are equivalent to just like an insert.
Yeah, pretty much. I think so. That's my understanding, at least. But when he comes on, we can kind of like break down maybe a little bit more about that, the idea around that. But that is my understanding, is it's a insert in that product. So,
okay, gotcha.
That being said, we are also, I did want to mention too, of course, you know about this. I had showed up at Ray's house to do the break on Friday, the WWE break. When I get there, I'm like,
Tater says hi, by the way.
Oh, God.
It says,
Ray's dog Tater.
Make sure tell my boy Jesse hi.
Oh, really? Because I thought he talked more like, hey, I'm just a sweet little puppy and my name's Tater.
He could. He smokes a lot of menthol cigarettes.
Oh, that could be why Tater's got a habit. And you know what? He's trying to quit, and we appreciate that. When I showed up there, I was very excited, not just to do the break. That was great. But I was also very excited because I had just gotten notification that Mr. Jim Cummings, a.k.a. the voice of Winnie the Pooh, had not only just liked a couple posts, both the one where I pulled his Winnie the Pooh superfractor from last year's product, but also where I'm dressed up as Winnie the Pooh doing, like, trying to imitate him on screen while it's happening. It's a whole.
I would have thought that would have been
I know. Well, and Jim just comments, what's happening here in the photo where I'm, like, basically doing calisthenics, just like Winnie the Pooh was in the video. There's no good answer for Mr. Cummings here. I don't know exactly what you could say I was doing other than mimicry, which is the most sincere form of flattery.
I'm just being you, man.
That's all I was doing. But I did send him that. I messaged him after that happened.
Did he leave you on red?
No. I said, hey, we do this podcast. We talk about collectibles and cards, and yours is like one of the more popular ones. Is there any chance? I mean, this is very forward. Any chance you'd be interested in joining? And he sent me back an email. He sent me an email address, I should say, an email address for someone to get in contact with, which I emailed this morning. So,
any email back?
Well, I say this morning. It was like an hour ago, and it's like
okay. Gotcha.
3:50 now. So it was really more like.
All right, I'm into. Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
The voice of Winnie the Pooh.
That would be amazing. All right, so because we don't have a ton of time, I did want to do this real quick. 2024 Dune comes out this Friday. Dune is interesting because this is Dune Chrome. Last year, there was a product of 2024 Dune, but it was Dune, and it's most commonly known as like release day. I don't know why that is, but if you go to like eBay or just search for boxes out there, it's called Topps Dune Release Day. It's very interesting because it was very exclusive. There was only 500 boxes of this made.
Oh,
in fact, somebody had bought one. They had gotten one and sold it to me. I think I paid him I may have paid like the price. I think I paid like 500 or something. So
for a case
incredible
or a
deal. For a box, just one box. Again, there was only 500 boxes made. I don't think they sold this in cases. But he gave me an incredible deal. I will say I have since sold it. I think I sold it for like around $1,000
a box.
For the box. They are now going right now, like as of the last couple of weeks, $4,000 and $5,000. There's a couple. There's one that sold for like $2,500, one that sold for $4,000, one that sold for $5,000 in the month of September.
Why do you think that is?
It's a very rare product.
Just the rarity of the product.
The difference in that though is like there are no autographs, there's no relics, and that's what you're getting in this Dune Chrome product. Now, here's the great news.
I need to watch the movie over the weekend.
Well, and Dune is great, but it's not like Disney characters. It's not like the Marvel characters. It's not like SpongeBob. It doesn't have all of this huge fandom around it, but it does still have a fandom and an obvious passionate one that they're paying these kinds of prices for these boxes that only, I think, have like maybe 5 cards in them. So there's not a ton, but that being said, this is not coming out at crazy prices either. I think, I believe the retail on this product right now for a hobby box is $200. I could see
it's pretty good
coming up, coming down. I'm not really sure exactly, but still for, it's actually $199. So just to be clear, to be under $200 for a brand new hobby box of a non-sport right now is not bad at all, especially because you've got autos from Christopher Walken is in this.
Do
Rebecca
it again. I'm going to stab you in the face with this iron.
Do it again. Joe Dierte, so good. Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin. You've got Stellan Skarsgård. There's a few other, Oscar Isaac, a few other bigger names. Unfortunately, you don't have some of the names that we were like kind of hoping for, which would have been, your Timothy Chalamet's or Zendaya's, couple other, Javier, actually is Javier Bardem signing in this? I thought maybe he was, but he may. Javier is,
Christopher Walken,
but he does have relics. So there's some cool relics that apparently are going to be in this, which I appreciate. We only have autographs. I say only, but we'll have autographs from some of the other big names in it, just not like the Timothy Chalamet and Zendaya's, which that would have been pretty cool. But again, coming out at the price that it's coming out at, I'm actually pretty happy with that. So again, that comes out this Friday. Here's the thing. We have to cover SpongeBob before we do our guest, or not SpongeBob. We have to cover Pokemon, the leaked info.
Sure. Yeah.
You want to do that? Do you have 5?
I got it right 5? Here. We can do it right now.
Okay.
All
also, while you're doing that, let me give you this. This is from Matt, aka Funkle Cards. He's an awesome friend of the show. I met him in person, and he was on the podcast when we talked about. He had an article in PSA Magazine about his collection of Saved by the Bell cards, like Steve Urkel, a bunch of 90s just fun cards. But he also has a huge graded Topps Disney collection as well. But he's also into a lot of other non-sports. He gave you this 2022 Pokemon Go. Mewtwo V-Star. PSA 10.
Who is this?
His name's Funkle. His name's Matt.
What's his real? Okay, Matt.
Yeah, Matt.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, he gave you that. He gave me a couple. He actually gave me 3 PSA 10 Cacao Wow Disney 100 cards. So it was like Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and Buzz Lightyear, which was pretty insane.
Thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate that. Yeah, very kind of you.
Matt's a good dude. And if anybody, I think he's actually moving some of his Disney graded cards from like 2023, 2024. So if anybody's interested, I can let you know. Anyways, okay. So with that Pokemon card gift, tell us what you found out.
So there's some leaks.
Okay.
There are some certain names that have been copyrighted.
Ooh.
And these are the names of the Pokemon sets they're releasing the next 2 to 3 years.
Interesting. Okay. Very interesting.
So I'm going to just go in order.
Okay.
All right. Mega Evolutions, we just had.
Yes.
Okay. Phantasmal Flames.
Yep.
Which is coming. All right. Here are the new ones. This is going to be our first specialty set in the Mega Evolutions block.
Okay.
It's called Legendary Dreams.
Interesting.
Legendary Dreams, which is the special set. That means there's not going to be any booster boxes.
Okay. No, so it's
there'll be ETBs and all the other stuff.
Okay.
Next one, Mega Evolutions Shadow Storm.
Ooh, okay.
Mega Evolutions Emerald Surge.
Okay.
So we're thinking that that's going to be the Rayquaza inspired set, Emerald Surge.
Okay, that would, all right.
So
I'm onto it. Yep.
Go ahead and start looking at Rayquaza cards, guys. It's because they're only going to go to the moon. All right. Next specialty set.
This is Olipop's really getting
to me. It's getting to me.
That's why we don't drink
it. Next specialty set. Radiant Ruby.
Ooh.
Shining Sapphire.
That is the full name. Radiant Ruby Shining Sapphire.
Radiant Ruby /
is this going to be like another white flare, black bolt type thing?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. And then rounding it out, 30th anniversary set. It's called Eternals, with an S. That's going to be the 30th anniversary Pokemon set.
That's going to be big. How do I get my hands on this?
I know.
Oh man,
I'm excited for Radiant Ruby and Shining Sapphire.
So that's over the next year or so, next 2 years, maybe.
I think 2 years.
Man, well, they do one every 3 months, I think. So
we still have the Phantasmal Flames.
That's already coming.
Legendary Dreams. That's our first specialty set, and then Shadow Storm, which that would probably come out like during the summer, I would think.
Sounds like this could be like through the next year, man.
Yeah.
So again, this is some
and
information that
we'll see if this is true, or not. So we'll see.
If this is really leaked information, this is going to be pretty big. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, well, there you go. We'll cover more of that as we get more details. I think we're going to go ahead and jump into our interview with Grant from Upper Deck.
Shout out to Grant.
All right, so we have got Grant Sandground of Upper Deck. He is the VP of Product Development. Grant, did I get that right?
Yeah, you did.
Awesome. Grant, thank you so much for joining us. I know for myself, I'm very excited about this upcoming Batman product, but you guys have some other products that hopefully we can touch on too. But at first, I want to talk about Batman because I looked and I could not find really any Batman specific products that have released anytime recently. I'm curious, as you guys are getting ready to put this product together, focusing on just Batman in the DC universe, Batman and the side characters, villains, and things like that as well. What made you guys want to focus on this as opposed to maybe another superhero?
Well, Batman is arguably the most famous superhero in the world. The cape and the cowl are globally iconic images and logos. If you had to whittle it down to who is the most popular superhero in the world today, Batman's a viable contender for that title. He just, in our opinion, is the most popular superhero ever, arguably right now. For us to, granted, we released DC Annual earlier in the year as our initial foray into DC, but for the first hobby-heavy, big hitter product, which is a Metal Universe product, focusing on Batman, we wanted to hit with a big, big splash.
Well, and I'll tell you, I did just a quick Google search just to confirm this. There's several different people who or sites that have done votes, who's the most popular superhero historically speaking. And Batman typically comes up either number 1 or number 2, with Superman being typically the first or second as well. So to know, DC has such a huge fandom, it seemed like a slam dunk when you guys started putting this together, I'm sure. But for this product specifically, knowing that this is a metal product, a product that is going to be very popular amongst other collectors who have collected these in the past. Can you give like a little bit of rundown of why you guys decided to make Batman into this product specifically?
Well, with Metal Universe, that's a brand that's obviously been around since the mid to late 1990s, and really has taken on sort of in the collecting industry, almost mythical standards due to the impact of some of the precious metal gems, most notably the Michael Jordan from 1997, where the PMG reds and the PMG greens are just cards you can't even find anymore. The PMG green card in any shape is millions of dollars. I don't know. Good luck trying to ever see one. And PMGs have become such an important card in our industry. And really elevated the Metal Universe brand. And we've had some great success with the Metal Universe brand, bringing it back in more recent times with hockey, dating back to the late 2010s. And obviously with some of the materials we produced in the entertainment field, including some Marvel products prior to 2024, we've had great success with it. And we're extremely excited to bring the Metal Universe brand to the DC IP.
Now, with the precious metal gems, I was talking to Ray about this because Ray's coming over from like the TCG side of things, Pokemon specifically. So he wasn't as used to what we see with this brand specifically. PMGs notably have sold for crazy amounts, not just for sports, but also you saw like the Marvel craze back, especially in 2021 or so, 2022. You saw some of those cards going for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now to see this in DC, you guys have never done a PMG with DC licensing. Is that correct?
That's correct. And really, if you go back to 2013 Fleer Retro, I think that's where you saw some of the huge prices for some of the PMGs in the comic book superhero world that you're referencing here. You know, six-figure sales, high six-figure sales, just crazy numbers that really, were applicable to the entertainment collector.
Well, I think that's one reason alone right there is just because there's already a track record, a proven track record for how popular this product gets. But now, being that we have not only the PMGs, there's also like a lot of other kind of like throwback inserts that are going to be in here. I talk about some of those. I saw like Jambalaya is going to have like a die cut card in here. What other things are you bringing for this set?
Yeah, there's some huge chase cards. In fact, if you look at this product overall, what we really love about this product is it's not just about serial number cards. And obviously the PMGs, the precious metal gems, are a part of the lineup of serial numbered cards, but we really wanted to emphasize a wider array of technology and substrates and printing techniques that we could bring as a whole for some of the big chase cards. And the Jambalaya card you're referencing are part of that. That's a technology called Rowlex. It's got this beautiful sort of almost lenticular feel to the cards. They've been around for some 20 years. Jambalayas are part of the Metal Universe Batman product. They're dropping exactly one per case. I think there's around 25 cards in the set. And yeah, I mean, this was very carefully structured to deliver stuff at ratioed at one per case, because we know people love, you're opening a sealed case of the product, you want some guarantees of content. There is a guarantee you're going to get a Jambalaya in each sealed case.
Wow,
other stuff we've got, yeah, totally huge. And we've got some other stuff like Platinum Portraits, extremely famous sort of chase card that is, part of the Metal Universe there. We do have Platinum Portraits. Those are extremely rare. Those are going to be like one in every 6 or 7 cases just to find one of those. Smaller checklist, I think it's about 12 characters, so you're only going to get the best of the best. So when you hit a Platinum Portrait, you're going to get an A-list character, but they're extremely rare chase. No serial numbering, just high technology, high printing. And that's part of what Metal Universe is. It's not just about serial number cards. It's about all the different other stuff you can get. That's just part of it. There's Jambalaya and obviously Platinum Portraits have been around for a long time. Another insert that dates back to the 1990s was Golden Touch. And we did a riff on that where we're doing something called Poison Ivy's Touch, which is obviously thematic to the Poison Ivy character. You don't want to be touched by her. Where we're going to have vines growing throughout all the card and green deco foil creeping throughout the die cut card. It's going to be super killer. Unbelievably beautiful card. I think, in fact, you guys might have an image of that, of some of the preview images we sent you. I think we sent you an image of the Batman card from the Poison Ivy insert. And the Poison Ivy's Touch are another true case set at 1 in every 144 packs, which is exactly how many packs are in a case.
I did see that picture, and I wasn't sure exactly what I was looking at, but I meant to ask you about it. I didn't know that was the insert. Yeah, that card looks very, very cool. And did you say that will have numbered cards as well, or no?
Oh, it absolutely will.
Oh, okay.
But serial number cards is not like the representing 90% of all the chase cards you want to find here. It represents a small part of the pie of the big chase cards to look for in the product.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, I like that then. Yeah, no, I'm glad that you guys did it that way. Okay, so those are some of the big chases. Obviously, you're going to have Batman, but some of these Joker cards, like especially the premium insert. Is that an insert that is the premium portrait? If it is, that Joker card, it looks very, very cool. The different variations of Joker. Are there other cool, I guess, villain cards that we can expect to see in here?
Yeah, there are, Jesse. And what's cool about the Batman universe is we talked earlier about who the most popular superheroes of all time. And Batman's either number 1 or number 2, like you talked about earlier. If you flip the script and you talk about who are the most popular villains of all time, Batman's universe literally has like the top 5. You know, I mean, that's a little hyperbolic, but it's not that far off. You've got Joker, Catwoman, you have Harley Quinn. Those are all massive, massive characters that are going to be collected as character collectors and command huge premiums. And the Joker's arguably right at the top of that list, like you were talking about. That to that effect, we have several Joker-themed inserts. He's heavily throughout all the set. You've got like just some incredible Joker cards. He's going to have a jambalaya. He's going to have a platinum portrait. We got the artist Jock, who famously did Detective Comics 880 with that really famous cover. You'll have his cards signed with Joker imagery on them. Just,
that's cool.
Incredible stuff. Yeah, there's some really, really killer stuff. I'd love to get into some of the details of like the configuration and the content, the delivery of kind of what this product, how it's built and why it's built that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's go into it. Cause I mean, looking through some of these cards, it is like some of them are maybe it feels like almost a little cartoony, but for the most part, it feels very like, I don't know, more graphically intense. Like they've spent a lot of time building this out. Was there much original art in any of the cards?
Well, Metal Universe historically has always been a comics library art driven product. So we're going to be pulling imagery from the vast library of DC Comics, basically. That's how we've done Metal Universe when we did all the Marvel products. It's always been like that. And fortunately, we've got a staff of some of the most learned people, literally people who are on like the Eagle and Eisner Award panels picking the images for Metal Universe. So the images are, as you noted earlier, the Joker card out of Skybox Premium, it's a dynamic image. There's dynamic images throughout this entire product. But in regards to original art, Metal Universe, it's not Flair Ultra, it's not Masterpieces. Those are brands that are very specifically put together in our calendar to deliver original art. And Metal Universe balances that out, delivering the comic art. Now, that's not to say there is no original art in Metal Universe, because there is, but it's in the form of sketch cards.
Okay, that was my next thing I was going to get to. And that's the big chase, right? For a lot of people, at least, is the original art that comes from sketches. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect to see there.
Yeah, for sure. We have a wide array of, I'd like to think we have some of the best sketch artists in the industry. We've been working with the folks at DC. They've been great with approvals. We've got a dynamic array of sketches in there. Sketches are going to be tough. They're going to be amongst the blend of stuff that's going to be case hit level cards.
Okay.
But they're, and we don't really give any guarantees on seating ratios for sketches. I think you had Billy Celio on earlier in the year, and he was talking about sketch cards with you guys. And to reiterate kind of and remind listeners, with sketch cards, you don't really know how many you're going to get until they pass approvals. So they have to get approved by DC. So we never put a guaranteed ratio on there. And we'll pack out as many as we can get approved. So we're still working on the approval, still getting those cards in. And they're going to be part of the big case hit blend.
Now, you're still working on the approval. This comes out next Wednesday, doesn't it?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, You're right. Yeah. Those have been approved. Those have been approved. Yeah, you're right. We're only about 30, as we record today, we're about 30 days out from release. So yes, the product has been sort of, you can crack the bottle of champagne on the backside of the ship and it's out in the ocean.
Well, okay. So that must have been updated. I did not notice it. So I thought this was coming out on October 15th. When is the release date of this?
The release date is November 5th.
November 5th. Okay. So let me ask, it has been pushed multiple times now, at least a couple. Is there any reason for that?
There are a variety of different reasons. Different delays can be triggered by different reasons. And you're going to have part of it is us working with a new licensor to figure out approvals. There could be delays on that stuff. As you kind of, to make a metaphor, you got to learn how to dance with each other. They've got to learn us. We've got to learn them. And that's not a process where you just snap your fingers, even though both parties 110% what we want to do is make great cards. You just got to learn how to talk each other's language and figure out where the right meeting in the middle is for getting all the concepts and cards approved. That's part of it. Yep. Another part of it is actually just getting the cards printed right. As I talked about earlier, there's a lot of different printing technologies in this product. We wanted to bring a robust array of different types of cards. Even the base cards are all light FX and a lot of foiling. So we're going to make sure with our print vendor that everything's being printed right. If we have any issues with printing, we will reprint stuff. And so we've gone through all the hurdles and hoops that you could imagine. And they come at you, completely sideways, completely unexpected. You get a call, hey, we had a problem with this. Okay, nothing we had counted for or expected on, but you pivot, get the things fixed, and you keep moving.
Understandable. And that's the thing. I feel like we've we've seen that a lot with Topps products and other people who are putting out non-sport products. It's not like a sport licensing where you've got like a players association or something that you deal with. Like you've got to deal a lot of times not only with the IP companies, but then especially if there's going to be autographs, which there are autographs, creator autographs in this, correct? I think you mentioned.
That's correct. Yeah, we have a great line of creator autographs in here.
Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, Jock, the artist, very famous artist, did one of the most iconic Detective Comics covers of all time. He's signing for us. We have the writer that created the character Harley Quinn, Paul Denis, is signing for us.
I saw that that picture. That looked really cool.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the preview cards we sent you. And the cool thing about the card that you're going to get is it's a Harley Quinn card with a Harley Quinn image and a Harley Quinn collar and Paul Denis' autograph on it. So if you're a collector, that's the guy you want signing because he created the character, but it still is a Harley Quinn card. So if you're a Harley Quinn collector, you're really going to want that.
I've heard demand for that as of recently with a lot of these like non-sport products coming out to see more creator, I guess, association with the product. And I like that you guys have involved them in here because there are going to be people who want the guy who actually made this thing up to begin with.
Oh, for sure. We've got Bruno Redondo. He's one of the most popular artists that has ever done Nightwing. We've got Jeff Loeb, very, very famous writer, often teaming up with Jim Lee on some really famous works. Steve Englehart, he's one of the legends of our industry, been writing comics for literally 50 years. We have Andy Kubert and Grant Morrison. They teamed up to co-create Damian Wayne. Both guys are signing. Grant Morrison's one of the greatest writers of all time in the entire medium. Andy Kubert is one of the Kubert family, Joe Kubert's son. We have Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder. They did one of the most famous story arcs called Court of Owls. Both that's the writer and the artist.
That's cool.
We have Tom King, a multiple Eisner Award winner. So this is littered with Garrigan Luth level comics creators that have really helped keep and shape the past 20 or so years of Batman storytelling.
I have some more like just DC in general questions, but before we jump off of this topic specifically, Ray, I've been hogging. So if you have anything you want to add in there, feel free.
I'm good right now, but
okay.
This is all a lot to take in because I'm super excited about this product, Grant, and everything that you're saying about the sketches and the signatures from the illustrators and all the hits per case and everything. It's just I'm super excited. I'm super excited for this product.
And to go along with that, I am curious because it looks like, am I reading this right? There's so many case hits in there that are they all included? Because it says like case hits are 2 Dark Matter, 2 Gotham City Metal, 2 Clown Prince of Crime, 1 Jambalaya, 1 Poison Ivy, and then 2 hits from either your Skybox Premium Parallels, Z-Force Rave, Gotham Metals, and then 2 wildcard hits, which could be the sketches, the autographs. Is it all of those included in a single case?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, wow. So you're going to break a case.
Wow.
We spent a lot of time really tinkering with the structure and content of every sealed case, where our goal is if you're breaking an individual box, one of those 12 boxes in a case, that you're going to get something of merit. So what I would colloquially reference internally here is an anchor card, something to anchor your experience in that box opening. We want you to have something memorable, whether it's a Gotham City Metal or a PMG or a Creator Corner autograph, or it's going to be different in every box, but we want you to have something of merit in every box. So we very deliberately try and structure and build our cases like that.
Very nice. Yeah, and I will say, I don't know whatever it comes out from you guys at, but it looks like most retailers are putting it somewhere around $250 for a box. Honestly, these days, that's actually pretty great.
Yeah.
Like that's not that bad, especially when it's going to be something so not only there's going to be so much demand for it, but it's also just, as we mentioned, one of the most iconic superheroes out there. Why wouldn't you try and get this into as many hands as possible with some of the biggest inserts that Upper Deck has made? Overall, I'm very excited about it. I know several people have reached out. They've media has put out, screenshots of the cards or other parts of the product. They'll reach out and say, have you seen this? I'm so pumped, things like that. So overall, I'm very glad. And I'm kind of also glad that it got pushed because not because we have to wait longer, but there's just so much going on in the non-sport space right now. It's like, man, I know that I don't want any non-sport product that gets released to cannibalize the other, which inevitably it will in one way or another, but it hopefully will be at a place in time where that gets released and there's not as much, other big products.
It needs its own spotlight.
It does. It definitely does. So anyways, that's all very exciting. Can we talk about any other DC products or maybe any other non-sport products that Upper Deck has coming?
We can, but before we do that, there's a few other things I'd like to cover on Metal Universe Batman, because I don't think we covered a lot, but not everything. There's some other stuff in there that I think collectors will be excited to know.
Hey, hit us, do tell.
There are comic cuts cards, including autographed comic cuts.
Oh. I don't know if I saw that. That's great. Okay.
Exactly. That's why there's so much stuff in here. Amongst the serial numbered cards, obviously there's the PMGs. There's the reds that are serial numbered of 100, the blues of 50, the greens of 10. There are gold PMG 101s. So if you wrap your head around that, that means there's going to be a gold PMG 101 Batman. There's going to be a gold PMG 101 Joker. Those are going to be incredible chase cards. Some of the biggest chase cards issued in the entertainment field for the entire 2025 calendar year amongst anything from any manufacturer with any IP.
That's
I'm loving that.
Yeah. Okay. That's great.
And that's just part of the serial numbered lineup of cards. So outside of the PMGs, there is also Skybox Premium Parallels, most notably the famous Star Rubies numbered to 50, but there's also Star Sapphires numbered of 25, whereby out of the 50 card Skybox Premium set, which the Star Rubies and the Star Sapphire paralleled from, some 20 or so of those 50 cards are going to be autographed Star Sapphires numbered of 25. So Star Sapphire is sort of like some cards are autographed, some cards are not. They're all numbered to 25 though, which is a really cool wrinkle. There's Emerald numbered of 10, and there's Diamond 101s in the Skybox Premium Parallel lineup as well. So another batch of 101s there. Finally, there's Z-Force. All the Z-Force cards are serial numbered. Even the common Z-Force are numbered of 100, but they go all the way down to the Super Raves, which are another true 101s. So you have true 101s for Batman in Z-Force Super Raves, the Skybox Premium Diamonds, and the PMG Gold 101s.
Man. So there's obviously going to be a lot of chase cards besides the actual case hits and things like that. These one of one, obviously everybody wants a one of one, but to know that we've got a few options there, that's pretty cool too.
We tried to deliver and fire on many cylinders. Yes, so there's ratioed case hits, there's numbered cards. Outside of the numbered cards, we talked about the Platinum Portraits, the Jambalayas, the Poison Ivies, the autographs and the sketches. We talked about the comic cuts. Comic cuts are going to have autograph cards that are numbered of 25 per.
Now, are the comic cuts actually cut from comics?
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions.
Yes, those are going to be vintage comics that we bought. I know one of the really notable ones from memory is Batman 251, which is Joker's Five-Way Revenge. It's one of the most famous Batman comics ever made. One of my favorite artists of all time, Neil Adams. He did all the art. He did the cover, the interiors for it. But that comic was pivotal in that, and I think he did it with Denny O'Neil, in that it changed. It was the first time that they broke away Batman from sort of the lighthearted Adam West TV show style Batman into the darker, more sinister detective Batman. And that was issued, I think that comic was issued in 1973, but it was a real turning point in the character, especially for the Joker. It really turned the Joker into a murderous psychopath instead of like the clown prince sort of vibe. Really important comic.
Will it?
And we have one of those that we purchased for a bunch of money and cut up, and you will have comic cuts of that card as part of the rare chase mix.
On those comic cards, will it show or will it say somewhere on there that what comic it did get cut from?
Yes.
Okay.
Right on the front, right surrounding the edges of the panel that features the clipping from that vintage book.
Nice. Okay.
It'd be like a relic.
Yeah.
So we also wanted to really push the boundaries on the technology that we're putting into the packs here. And the dark matter cards really are worth looking at. I think you guys have an image of a dark matter card that we sent you. But I want to try and explain it because it's one of those often cases where an image doesn't do justice to when you're holding the card in hand. The dark matter cards, I think, are going to just leave people gobsmacked. I saw the real cards printed at our printer several weeks ago. I saw an uncut sheet of them and I just stopped in my tracks and just They will stop you in your tracks when you hit one. They are a flat, matte black card with a tactile raised surface. If you run your finger over that card, you will feel a demonstrably raised surface of like super gloss, almost like someone dropped a raindrop on the top of the card or a glob of glass on top of the card. And that's what the featured character is in Dark Matter. I think Dark Matter are going to blow people away. There's no parallels of those cards. I'm a big, huge fan of parallels in the right spot. And strategically, very deliberately, no parallels on rare inserts. Like Jambalayas have no parallels. Dark Matter have no parallels. Platinum Portraits have no parallels. It's just, that's the card. That's it. There's no other copies. And these cards are rare. There's not a lot of copies of some of these cards being made that have these low seeding ratios. So they're going to be hard to find, but they're also killer sets to try and build.
Well, the Dark Matter, because is there a checklist out, a public checklist? Because I haven't seen one. I tried to find one and I didn't see one out.
Not yet. We typically release checklists about 14 days prior to the public release. So if you do the math, with a November 5th release date, you're looking at around October 22nd-ish, somewhere around there.
Okay, got it. So then
we'll release the checklist.
Those Dark Matters, how many characters will we expect to see?
That's a great question. Dark Matter is 45 cards in the set.
Okay.
And so it's a big set. And some of these checklists are pretty big. And then they're seeded 2 per case, 1 in every 72 packs. So to hit a Batman, that's like 1 in every 22 cases. That's really hard to get those cards. So if you hit one, keep that in mind.
Yeah,
these are not easy cards to chase down.
I was going to say, if anybody, when you get a chance to finally see these Dark Matter cards, we got a picture of it. I will say, if it's how you're describing it, I think it's going to stand out like incredibly well as far as like the black on black. If it is a matte black with a glossy, like raised finish on there, man, we got a Catwoman card image and it looks very cool, but I can imagine what that's going to look like in person. And it will be very, very nice with Batman.
They are so dramatic. I love them because a lot of times, a lot of trading cards can be very busy and bright. And these are just stark and clean and dramatic and just very concise cards. I love them. I think we just knocked them out of the park design-wise.
Okay. Yeah, very cool. Any other ones that we want to touch on?
Oh, yeah. But wait, there's more. We have glow-in-the-dark cards called Enigmas. One in every 4 to 5 cases, you're going to get something called an Enigma that you need to go stick in the sunlight for like 10 seconds and then go run into the bathroom, close all the lights off, and the card will glow and reveal. They're all based on the Riddler, and they have riddles on them. And to reveal the answer to the riddle, you've got to activate the glow-in-the-dark ink.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
How cool is that? So
that's cool.
That's what I was saying earlier. We didn't just want to rely on like, oh, here's a bunch of serial number parallels. There you go. That's all your chase. We wanted to do just a cornucopia, just a rich array of different offerings that we could for this product. It's a really important product. We wanted to just bring it. We wanted to give 110% effort on Metal Batman and show everything that we could do. So you've got comic clippings, creator autos, glow-in-the-dark cards, new tech like Dark Matter. You've got lenticulars, super rare lenticulars with beautiful depth and beautiful flip on them. A really cool Arkham Asylum acetate insert, 1 per box, 50 card set. So again, 50 boxes to get a Batman out of that set. They're die cut acetate cards. They're really cool with the top of the card die cut in the shape of the gates to Arkham Asylum. So kind of spooky, sinister cards. Really, really neat stuff. We have booklet cards, really rare, from the Diary of Alfred Pennyworth, where Alfred, in his own words, tells you the story of these characters. Those are limited to 25 copies per. So again, very rare chase there. We've got the metal card, die-cut metal cards called Gotham City Metal, with rare purple and black parallels, limited 25 and 5 copies per on those. So you've got a little bit of everything. You've got 3D lenticulars, metals, jambalayas, numbered cards, autos, clippings. It's a rich array of stuff.
We're obviously going to see a very big demand, I would think, for this product. Is this going to be not only like your local card shop, but can you get this like say Walmart or Target, anything like that, those big box stores?
Yeah, as it may come as no surprise that big box retail was definitely interested in this product. There will be blasters of this product. They carry like a $29.99 SRP. And there's some really cool stuff in blasters. You can actually, out of blasters, you can actually pull stuff like creator autos, sketches, platinum portraits, poison ivy touch. All of those can be pulled. The lenticulars, the K-Set lenticulars, the Arkham Asylum acetate die cuts, those can all be pulled from blaster packs. Now, alongside that, there is some really interesting, unique content that you can only get in blasters. Blasters, every pack of blasters will have a unique Aqua FX parallel to it. Cool. And that's at the pack level. And then also more at the box level, one in every few boxes, you're going to get a unique serial numbered parallel called Justice and Anarchy. Now that touches, and those cards are numbered of 250 per. Okay. So, and numbered cards, we didn't really want to do real high numbering. In fact, that's the highest serial numbering of anything in the whole product is 250. And those are limited exclusively to the blasters. If you look at the hobby SKU, the highest of any serial number card you can get is only 175.
Oh, I like that. That's great.
So there's nothing numbered of, $7.99 or $4.99, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. In many products, we, again, calculatedly, deliberately will deliver some of that stuff for different products with different sort of delivery ratios on hits.
Sure.
This one, the numbered cards are not going to be super common, but when you get a numbered card, it's going to be of merit. They're going to be pretty tough numbered cards.
So there's not like a guarantee of a certain number of serialized cards per box?
Well, you're going to get at least one serial number card per box, at least. But other boxes, there will be boxes with more.
Oh, okay, cool, very nice.
But again, we didn't want to just hinge on numbered cards as like that's all you're looking for. We want people to look for the metal cards, the booklet cards, the lenticulars, the Enigma, glow in the, all that stuff. That's what we wanted to people to look for, just a wide array of hits.
What you said, booklet cards? Which one was the booklet card?
The booklet cards are really rare. They're numbered of 25 copies per, and they're called From the Diary of Alfred Pennyworth.
Oh, that's
and what they are is we wrote the text as if Alfred is telling you a story, one of the famous storylines from the Batman catalog of stories.
Very cool. Okay, I didn't realize that was actually a booklet card. That's awesome too. All right, that is Batman Metal Universe in a nutshell. I don't think like there's going to be anybody who has many questions, but if they do, can I hit you back up with questions about that product if I need to answer something?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, then what else before we close it out? Tell me, can you give us any information about upcoming either DC or other non-sport products that Upper Deck's working on?
We've got a couple. Creature Commandos in the world of DC, as you guys likely know, James Gunn did a animated television show on HBO Max called Creature Commandos that debuted earlier in the year.
Yes, yep, I saw that.
A really, really cool show, and it is part of the James Gunn's vision for DC Studios. It's part of that universe of characters, which is pretty neat. And you will see as an EPAC exclusive, we've got a Creature Commando set coming out. In about 3 to 4 weeks, you'll see that uploaded on EPAC. It's a smaller set. It's an EPAC exclusive. It's not a major release. It's a smaller release. And you can only get it on EPAC, but it's super cool. It's got some neat stuff in there. It's got some stickers. It's got glow in the dark cards like for Dr. Phosphorus. And so there'll be some character thematic inserts in there. So that's a cool little set that you'll see coming out. Additionally, I know we've announced Fleer Ultra Superman, and I've seen the art for that, and it is awesome. Now, you were talking earlier, Jesse, like, hey, is this original art in Metal Batman? Mostly it's not, but Fleer Ultra Superman has a very rich array of unbelievable hand-painted art, and it's awesome. We've got a great team, a huge team of folks here that focus on getting us original art from some of the best artists in the world to do comic art. And I think we've literally got something like 94 or so pieces of art for the base set of Fleer Ultra Superman already in-house and approved by DC. So things are coming along really good for that set.
Wow. Now, I think it was when Billy was on, I think I had asked him, and he may have given some hints that we're going to see something, but are we going to see much in the way of the DC cinematic universe on card coming forward in the next, I don't know, call it the next 6 months?
It's a great question. It's certainly our goal. And in our discussions with the licensor, again, I kind of referenced, we got to learn to dance with each other. They told us, hey, for the first few products, please focus on publishing, focus on comic stuff, comic-based stuff. Internally, the folks that have to do all the approvals for DC Studios, it's a totally different group of people than the publishing people. And that was their initial focus for us to get up and running. So that is step 2 for us. And we are having really good discussions with them as to what steps need to be taken internally for getting everyone on board to get DC Studios trading cards up and running. And that's something we have in motion at this time, but it's in the works.
Okay. All right. Well, that's acceptable. So long as it's still being worked on. I think personally, I am much more drawn not only to the publishing parts of the products, but I also love to think that there could be like a Christian Bale Batman in there with multiple other I guess Val Kilmer's not going to sign, but the other Batman, cinematic Batmans that you could have in that one product, and then to think you could have like the Heath Ledger Joker and things like that. I don't know, I get a little fanboy geeked out there, but it is something that I think a lot of people would also be very obsessed with if we got to see something like that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And it's something that has not escaped us internally for the product team. That, yes, sure. Like, a greats of DC Studios sort of product would be a Grand Slam home run. Yes, that doesn't escape us.
Okay. All right. Well, very cool. Well, yeah, Grant, thank you very, very much for coming on and giving us a real thorough rundown of not only this product, but maybe a little preview of what we may see to come in the next few months to the next year. But very excited about this product, and we will be hopefully highlighting much more of it as it comes out and gets released.
And Jesse, there is other products that we've yet not officially announced. Really exciting DC products that will be forthcoming, within the next 6 months or so. That will start getting announced that we're very excited about now. We hope collectors will be excited too.
Well, you can't give us any breaking news or anything, Grant? Maybe like a little nugget?
But, oh boy, we've got some awesome content lined up for you guys.
Well, in the future, if you guys ever want to do like any exclusive releases on the same release day that it goes public, feel free to, hit us up. Maybe we can have you guys back on. Okay.
That'd be fantastic.
Grant Sandground, thank you again, VP of Upper Decks Product Development. We really appreciate you coming on and talking to us.
Great. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Grant.
Thanks, Grant. All right.
Oh, man.
So what do you think? That was a lot. It was a lot, but it was
like drinking from a fire hose.
But there was so much that I'm like, oh, I know I was excited about something. I forgot because I got excited about another thing. So it's like, that's a good thing in my mind of, you know what? I just realized I'm so stupid. I brought my Batman mask and I was going to wear it. And I've had it here because I thought this interview was like 2 weeks ago or something. And I brought it to the studio.
You can still wear it.
Now I'm going to put it on. All right. So now that we've talked about.
Look at that.
I think I got to adjust it. All right. So for those who are not watching at home on their YouTubes, now you'll have
it oddly fits your face.
Yeah. It's for children. There's something. I don't know how I've got this set up, but does it look okay?
Looks fantastic.
Do I look like Batman? Which great. Batman do I look like the most?
You look like D. Gibbs.
D. Gibbs.
Or what was the Gorder?
I look like
the Gorder's name?
Oh, I was going to make a mean joke. I'm not going to do that. At this point in time, I would say that product is probably the most exciting like Upper Deck DC product that I have heard of in the last year. Since they've been doing DC stuff. So
I think this might be one of the best non-sports products to release this year.
I think
it sounds like they're making, just by like what he was like, the glow in the dark card is insane.
I think that is awesome. I love that. I feel when we had Aaron on, did he talk about glow in the dark stuff too coming?
I feel like remember he said
I heard someone else talk about glow in the dark recently, but maybe not. But either way, I love how they're incorporating it where like you get the answer to the riddle like under the glow in the dark thing, like to know it's not just like a gimmicky thing, but it's also, hey, it's part of the process of understanding what's on this card is to use the feature. I like that. I think that's really cool.
I've never heard of some of the processes of the printing and like what they're doing in one product it might be groundbreaking. I mean, have you ever had anything with the glow in the dark on a card?
No, I know it's not the first time glow in the dark has ever been incorporated, but I'm sure they're doing it in a better way than it used to. Cause it's like, I think a lot of times like the glow in the dark would just kind of fade and maybe this will over time, but maybe not. To know though, that was a focus of theirs is cool. Like I like that. Cause Upper Deck feels to me very much more like card nerd company. Like, and when I say that, I just mean that in the best way possible,
best, like fanboy, like
yeah, they're obsessing over the details of the card, not just like, oh, we know that this is going to sell really well. Gotcha. But it's like, hey, we're going to make this a really unique and cool card, and we're going to go heavy into the like R&D of how we put this card out. So that's what I mean by that. And I think I'm hoping it pays off based on some of these pictures and how he described it. It sounds like it's going to be really cool. And again,
I'm looking forward to
hopefully it comes out like at a relatively affordable price too. Cause I mean, at $250 right now, what you can get a box for, that's better than a lot of things.
Do you think that other people are excited for this?
I know,
not just
I wasn't just like I wasn't just kissing his butt on there. I am kissing his butt in the sense that I hope I can get some product because I still haven't been able to.
You haven't been able to get any product.
That's a whole different story. But I'm not blaming them. It's just it's a process of how you get the product in. It's just been very difficult. So that all being the case, I meant it. There are people who have literally reached out. They saw the new pictures for some of the Batman PMGs specifically, and they're pumped. I felt the exact same way, honestly, but they haven't even seen like this dark matter insert or some of these other inserts that are going to be in there. So yeah,
comic cuts is crazy.
Well, like we said, Batman is the number one or number two biggest or most popular superhero in the world. Obviously, you would think that a card set designed to focus on the comic side of things as opposed to the cinematic universe, that's where he looks the coolest anyways. He's like got the muscles and he's got like this brooding dark look to him in a lot of cases, and so the Joker's freaky scary and stuff like that in a lot of cases too. I mean, other than Heath Ledger's Joker, there hasn't really been a Joker that really captured that quite as well, that the maniacal scary look to as you would like compare to the comic. So that's where you don't have to worry about like a person being able to represent it well. It's just that's how it already was when the person originally drew it. So yeah, now we get it on a card. I think that's awesome. So
you hear that James Gunn's making a Clayface movie?
I did. Well, is it? I don't think it's a Clayface movie. He's just the bad guy in the Batman movie. And I thought that was Matt Reeves,
is it?
It is James Gunn's cinematic universe. I thought it was Matt Reeves' Batman, but I could be wrong. Actually, I could be wrong because I think there are two different Batmans in the works. I think there's still going to be a Batman 2 that is the Pattinson Batman series, who Matt Reeves directed. But then I think and I could be wrong, I think there's another Batman that James Gunn is working on, which will have
he'll have his own Batman.
I believe that's the case. It's so weird, but I think they're explaining it away as like the multiverse. I think that's how they're trying to do it. I think they did that with that series on HBO with John Cena. What's it called?
Skylander. It's not Skylander. Homelander? No,
Homelander is we're thinking of The Boys. Darn it.
Why am I drawing a blank?
Cena.
John Cena.
John Cena is in Peacemaker.
You
were very close. So anyways, more cool stuff hopefully to come. Looking forward to hearing more about it.
Man, we need to get some product, Jesse. We need to break this.
Trust me, dude. I know. Trust me. I know. It is funny because it feels like it's been very Topps heavy product talk the last, for a little while actually, just because they have been very focused on putting out a lot of new Upper Deck or a lot of new non-sport product. And Upper Deck, while they've still had some stuff, it's been like, it's cool like that they're putting out a 007 product, but it's like a couple years after the last movie. So it's like the hype just isn't there. And then there'll be like the last Superman annual product that came out. It was okay, but it was just like, it wasn't the the differences in this product and that Superman product was just like, this feels like a little bit more adult. And it also incorporates a lot of like this signature, well-selling cards that Upper Deck has put out in the past. So it's got a couple things or multiple things going for it. So, so that said, I look forward to hopefully highlighting more of what Upper Deck is putting out.
Do you think that Upper Deck feels like they might be on the ropes because of everything that Topps is doing? And they're like, man, this product, we have to come out swinging.
I don't know if they feel like they're on their ropes, but I definitely think they were like, hey, we want to put out a product that is, not just another product. I think they wanted to be like, hey, there's Topps is putting out a Upper Deck, or Topps is putting out a non-sport product, and maybe Panini's going to put out a non-sport product, but ours is going to be the best non-sport product in that month or in that quarter or whatever the case may be. I do think they're trying to make a statement of, hey, we can not only do, non-sport cards too, but we can do them really, really well.
What other, and I'm loading you with questions here, Jesse.
Feel free.
What other Upper Deck IPs do they have?
That's a good question, because I don't really. It's not
Superman,
as like
Batman.
They've got 007, or at least they've had it. I don't know if that changes now that the Daniel Craig version is no longer there, but they've been putting out that. They've got X-Files that they just recently put out some of. They've got products that they put out for IPs. I think DC is by far probably their most valuable IP. I think I can't. I'm trying to come up with anything else off the top of my head, but I'm not seeing anything. So that being the case, I think if you're going to have your most valuable one, you got to do it as well as possible. And I think they are thinking the exact same thing. So that's about all. There was actually there's another Upper Deck product that non-sport product that I just saw a notice of that we can talk about another time, but it's interesting. They've got a 2025 Upper Deck Grateful Dead 60 years so far box. I don't know. I mean, that's an interesting product. I think it will be better than the Panini Rolling Stones product that they put out, that Panini put out. I just can't imagine it being any worse than that product. So I've got to think that Upper Deck probably knows their audience a little bit better, because Panini just doesn't do much in the non-sport world, and Upper Deck's been doing non-sport for a very long time. So that does give me a little bit more confidence as well. All right. The only thing I was going to mention was just like SpongeBob resale prices is still crazy. Like,
so you broke.
All right, I guess I gotta take this off for SpongeBob talk. Oh god.
Is it hot in that mask?
Well, it's not just hot. Hang on. Oh god. I'm back. The mask, like I velcroed it around the wires of my headphones, so did not make for easy getting off. What was
How many cases of SpongeBob breaking?
I only did 2, and I didn't even do breaks. I sold
the packs individually,
couple packs, and then everything else I just did boxes of. Just because at the time, like nobody, up until like maybe 24 hours before, nobody had a real break listed. Like some of them had like, hey, buy the parallels. So you can buy like the parallel spots, which was, that's one way to do it. It's not my favorite way to do it. Cause then it's like, well, you're not going to get a 1 of 1 or anything in that case, cause you would have had to buy the 1 of 1 spot, So, but yeah, finally about 24 hours before Mama Breaks put out one that was, I liked the one she did. I saw 1 or 2 others put out ones too. I think I got like a few more cases, so they should be on their way. I'm thinking they'll be here this week, hopefully. I'll do Dune on Friday, but then after that, it's like SpongeBob, Disney, the next couple weeks at least. May hold some, because it's like Disney. What I like about both of them is neither of them are like crashing in price. And Disney is providing not only the hits, but they're also providing the autographs. So the fact that you got Jim Cummings signing in there and Tom Hanks and, Buzz Lightyear / Chris Evans and Tim Allen signing, like all these names and much more, that alone is helping that product stay high. But you also have the parallels that are still selling for hundreds of dollars up into today for characters that may or not be considered like the biggest character. It's not like you don't have to have a Mickey Mouse, or not even that. You don't have to have a say
Lightning McQueen
for it to sell for hundreds of dollars out of like maybe 50 or out of 28 or something. So I like the fact that there's enough demand for it that keeps pricing up, which means like, oh, okay, well, I typically associate pricing and popularity, right? So it's like, oh, that means it's still popular. Yeah. I mean, the non-sports cards nonsense group that's associated with Hobby Nonsense, it has, well, I want to say it had like 70,000 members at the beginning, maybe like mid of September or something. I think we added close to 5,000 new members just in the last few weeks. And I would guarantee a lot of that is because of the Disney and SpongeBob posts in there and some Pokemon too, which that's fine. Cause normally like there's tons of everything, right? There's tons of like older non-sport cards, some vintage stuff. There's tons of some TCGs, but it is specifically very heavy of all the people super pumped about all their SpongeBob, Disney, and Pokemon.
What was the best card that you pulled in your SpongeBob breaks?
I pulled an out of 5 Mr. Krabs, which is what's really cool about that is the out of 5 is like a true red. So it's not a wave or anything like that. It's just like a nice shiny red, which Mr. Krabs is red. So it's the color match.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen one sell, but I am very curious to know what that ends up going for if they end up selling it. But that's the other thing too. People are selling sketches, and some of the sketches are going for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Some of the one-of-ones are going for thousands of dollars. Like not even just like the one-of-one characters, but we're talking like inserts, like the song inserts. I saw one of those, the FUN one, which I think was pulled opening day, went for $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean that's one of many different superfractors of that insert, and it's not even one of the main characters. So yeah, it's crazy to see. I'm glad to know like, oh, this is still popular, this is still in demand, and pricing is still holding pretty steady. So that makes me happy as a breaker, but also as a collector, because I am chasing some of my own cards in there. And that's the thing, I've been buying into other people's breaks because I don't like to buy in. I don't buy in my own.
Yeah, don't get high in your own supply.
It's a dirty look, I feel like, in some cases, especially if you hit something really big. So,
for sure.
So I've been buying into other breaks, hoping to get my own sketches and autos. I've yet to ever actually pull a sketch from a break or just like from a box or anything. So that's a goal.
I was talking to a friend earlier today, and he was talking about he called me about the break that we had over the weekend on WWE Finest. He was asking me about the checklist and all that. And he was saying that he saw somebody breaking the Cactus Jack product. And the way that they were doing it is that they would open up the pack and then they would bid on the pack that was already opened. So what you're getting out of
that is definitely a way to do that.
What do you think about that? Like if you were doing it like with SpongeBob?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. That's with SpongeBob. That's a different story.
Yeah.
Not with that product.
Yeah. I mean, like the way to do it.
The reason I say it's a different story with SpongeBob is because it's been so heavy with the hits. There have been a lot of good numbered cards, and there's been a lot of sketches. Each case comes with either 5 sketches or autographs at least. And we've seen many of them that have had 7 and up from there. So, and each pack or each box has at least, what do they say, 2 numbered cards, but I would say the majority of the ones that I opened had at least 3. So again, I think this product is just much more loaded than we initially expected, and the demand for it is very high. I think like single boxes on eBay, you want to be careful for, because you don't know if that person has already pulled, like they may have opened 5 or 6 boxes out of the case that had autos and or sketches in it. So it's like, there's pretty good odds you're not going to hit an auto or sketch in there, and that would sting. And I don't love that for the individual, but if it's a reputable source on eBay, hopefully they're just pulling random boxes out of a case, and maybe you have a chance of hitting it. But that would be my fear of like you're seeing like someone selling boxes who doesn't really have much in the way of eBay feedback or something like that. You could get taken advantage of.
Scammed.
Yeah. So that's the other thing. I'm going to go ahead and put this out there for you Disney Chrome lovers out there.
You calling your shot again?
Well, no, I'm not. Well, I'm pulling the Mickey Mouse 1 of 1, obviously. Just go ahead and the 1 of 1 has not been found. The autographed Mickey Mouse has been found. Neither is the Pooh 1 of 1, mind you. So Pooh and 1 of 1 are on my hit list. Ooh, which one do I with if Jim comes on the pod, I'm hitting that 1 of 1 Winnie the Pooh. But if he doesn't, then I'm going after the Disney, the Mickey Mouse. But that being said, if anybody is out there who is like, hey, I have a local card shop, I'm gonna sell some packs, or you're gonna go just online, you don't do this full time, you're gonna sell some packs from a hobby box of Disney Chrome. Be aware that there is a little bit of collation, a little bit of pack order. Like it's not every time, but it's oftentimes either the Elsa packs or the Woody, because Elsa, Woody, and Goofy are on the packs, each pack. There's 4 of them in each box. For me, a lot of times it was the Elsa packs all had the numbered cards. Now, there was also a hit, like you would also had a chance of hitting like a sketch or an autograph or something like that. But oftentimes that was in the Goofy cards. And then the Woody cards would just be like base and refractors and stuff like that. You wouldn't have anything else. And that was in my case, but it can be different. But what we did find was oftentimes if one had like a numbered card, if like say the Goofy had, you just open 1 pack and it had a numbered card, then more than likely the rest of the Goofy packs in there, we're going to have a numbered card. And
I don't know about that. This
dude,
sounds like conspiracy theory.
Telling it's not, because we were ripping. We purposely started just pulling them aside, and we would double check, and we did not find an instance where it did not line up. In fact, there was a guy who said, actually, I just left and I was not condoning this, but he's like, I just left the room. He jumped in another break on Whatnot or something, and someone was buying pack. They were selling them by the pack, and he went in there specifically asked for those packs. He got all numbered cards. So
out of the Goofy ones,
when I don't remember if I think he was going after the Elsa is what we were establishing.
The Elsa ones has the numbered cards, allegedly, supposedly,
allegedly. But who knows? It could be different.
That would be okay. So next when you break your cases next time, we need to keep.
I mean, I'll try and keep a better running track, but I will keep a total of all the boxes that we did. I think you can pretty much prove that it was the case. So that's interesting. That's fun information for any of you out there. All right, there you go. We have we've covered a lot. We covered the Dune product that comes out this Friday, breaking on Fanatics Live. Come check it out. We're gonna be getting Ray breaking more. We just gotta get more products for him to break. But honestly, I think he is going to do very well.
Upper deck, in that area. Send the cases.
Oh, little Batman. Oh, here's the thing. If we get some, I'm gonna have to split that with you.
Yeah, send the cases. We'll do it together.
But yeah, thank you again to Upper Deck for coming on and talking about it. And then the Pokemon info, the leaked info, that's pretty good. I like that.
We'll see what happens. We'll see.
I like getting leaked information.
Rayquaza cards. Go ahead and pick them up.
Well, there you go, people. Thanks so much for listening to Hobby Nonsense. Like, follow, subscribe. We don't just say it for our health. We do really appreciate it. And yeah, Olipop, hit us up. We're here all about
Come
this
on, baby.
I'm
a big fan of the ginger ale.
Oh, okay.
It's real gingery. It gets a little bite.
I think I've had that one, and I think I did like that one. But I've got a cherry cola I like too.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
There's what is it, the Mountain Dew, Mountain Ridge? It's pretty good.
You know what, Shane, clip this up for a social media clip and just show how well we're.
Ladies and gentlemen, tell us what your favorite Olipop flavor is. Put it down in the comments below.
And we'll give you one of our empty cans of SpongeBob. The ones that our lips were on.
Good.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. All right, there you go, people. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day.
See y'all.
Bye.